last week's game with Mendota, very healthy. But tonight, the conditions are a little bit different. Last week, it wasn't as windy. Central was able to throw the ball at will. Tonight, going into the wind, I think it's going to be very difficult to throw the ball, and that favors Canton. No doubt about that tonight.
Canton's strategy has been, I'd say, about 75 to 80% on the ground. As your brother says, play smash mouth football with you. That's exactly what they want to do. They're big up front. A tough bunch of kids. So Central, but Central prefers the finesse game. So when you go into the north towards the big board tonight, you put it up, don't you?
Yeah, I think you have to. I think both teams will see that tonight. One thing I think is very unique with Canton, for a 3A team, Art, they have 11 new guys on each side of the football. They platoon football. Nobody goes both ways, which is kind of unique in any division of high school football. So they should be well rested.
Canton, I think, is the largest 3A school. If not, they're very, very close to it. There's a definite enrollment differential here, and there you see the two platoon enter in.
That's exactly right. Where Central, I think, has 8 guys going both ways, so they're going to be a little tired. But I think at this point, 9 games into the season, Art, you're used to it.
Is that pretty much Bardwell and his ability to pass and run both pitted against the running game is thrown on the field by the Little Giants?
Well, I would think that's exactly right. One other condition that I think comes into play is field position, and Corey Parker becomes very valuable. He's a guy that's the return man for Central. He's given him great field position all year. We'll see if he can do it again tonight, Art.
First game for the Little Giants on turf. How big a factor is that?
Well, you know, seeing these guys out here tonight, it's very unusual to get out on this surface after you're used to playing on grass, you know, for 9 games. So I'm sure they'll adapt, and, you know, these kids will do just fine, I'm sure.
What about the kicking game? That certainly could be pivotal in a playoff game like this.
That's right, and Jason Sproul stubbed his ankle a little bit last night, and the kicker for Central, he does the punting chores as well. So he's may struggle a little bit tonight, but the struggling part could come from the wind. It's awful windy out tonight.
Well, Steve, I don't know about the wind. He's thrown with it and against it in this stadium many, many times as both a prep and a collegian. We'll see how it all unfolds. It's for all the marbles. The winner will play the Pontiac Mendota winner. A game slated for tomorrow afternoon. That'll be a week from this weekend. So we'll be back. Central Catholic Saints, the Canton Little Giants. First round of the 3A playoffs. We'll have it for you in just a moment. Building a home in today's ever-changing real estate market raises many questions, and to you, every question is important. To answer them, you need an experienced real estate agent like Mary Lou Kimball of Coldwell Banker, Heart of America Realtors. Mary Lou is a full-time professional who will help you season football playoffs. 3A competition, Central Catholic against the Canton Little Giants. Canton comes roaring on the field, and Central will be out here momentarily. This is one of the few first-round games in the state that matches 2 rated teams. This week's AP poll rated Canton's Little Giants number 10 in the state in 3A, and Central Catholic was ranked number 7. This is not the first meeting between the two clubs. In fact, that veteran campaigner Steve Mays tells me he played against Canton back in his prep days. Canton leads the series 2-1. That goes back way to '73, Steve.
Oh, boy, a long time ago. They haven't changed in 20 years, though, Art. They run the football a lot and very physical, and I'm sure the viewers will see that tonight.
Yeah, same technique. There you see Steve Graves walking across the field. He's the one on your left. Steve, in his 9th season with Canton, 32-50 overall, 39% winning percentage. Overall, Graves as a coach is in his 17th year, 91-73. Here's Central roaring on the field. Down to our left as we view it from the broadcast booth here at Hancock Stadium. Bob Mays sort of sauntering along the sideline, getting in position for this ball game. Certainly a contest both groups of youngsters have been waiting for since they knew the pairings Saturday night. There's Bobby Mays. There's his record. 607 winning percentage. 17-11 for Bob. This is his 2nd postseason appearance in 3 years. His first one was in '92. He lost a thriller to Gillespie, Don DeBrino's ball club, 28-21 down in Gillespie. They didn't make it last year. They're making it this year. Neither Central Catholic nor Canton have ever won a 3A postseason game. Canton has never won one in any level. They were 4A prior to this year. There's Canton's playoff history. 4th appearance, 1st appearance in 3A, 2nd under Graves, the Mid-Illini Conference members, 6-3, the number 6 seed in this particular 8-team quadrant. They've never won a postseason playoff game. On the season, as you see, they blanked Macomb, beat East Peoria, beat Illinois Valley Central of Chillicothe, knocked off a pretty decent Morton team. At least at the time, Morton was pretty good, but they lost to Dunlap. They hammered Limestone, lost to tough Metamora, lost to even tougher Washington, and really impressed the people with an eye-popping 43-15 waltz over a tough Princeton team last Friday night. Now let's take a look at the Saints playoff history. This is one of the more illustrious football schools in the state. This is their 10th appearance in the postseason. The third time they've been in 3A. The second time under Bobby Mays. 21-7 record for the Saints in postseason play. 2 state championships in 1A back in 87, 2A 82. That, of course, was under John McIntyre. On the season, big win over Danville Schlarman and over U-High, over Olympia and a squeaker. The big one, the one they talk about over Pontiac, 24-20. Lost to Mahomet Seymour, their only setback. Then they defeated Clinton, St. Bede, Prairie Central, and Mendota last Friday night. And lo and behold, friends, we're set to go with this one.
Boy, what a perfect night right now. Decent crowd. Look at that, Art. Canton really brought a lot of fans over from that Middle Illini Conference. This team's looking to do something in the postseason, and I know Central is as well. Both looking for what you mentioned. They're both they're 3A. First 3A playoff victory, so we're ready to get set.
All right, Jason Sproul has it in the tee for the Saints. The wind at his back. The wind will be a factor tonight. We mentioned it at the top of the broadcast. We'll be discussing it frequently. Ball is drilled all the way back to the goal line, picked off by Dan Holak. Holak comes back upfield, doesn't come back upfield. They're going to rule it an automatic touchback. They say he caught the ball in the end zone. And they bring it out to the 20-yard line. Kind of a quick whistle there, wasn't it, Steve?
Looked like it was awful quick. Looked like he caught it on about the 1-yard line and went back into the end zone. But I guess if you do go back in and touch the end zone, it's a dead ball and comes out to the 20.
Well, you'll see the Canton lineup. Bochek, of course, is the guy to watch at tailback. He's an 1,100-yard-plus rusher. Robbins at quarterback. There you see the offensive line. This is a big football team. They only average about 200 pounds in the offensive line, but that's because they got a couple of smaller guys. Basically, this is a big football team. First down, Canton, their own 20-yard line as we get underway. In motion, near sideline is Dan Holak. Straight ahead power, didn't get him much of anything. That was the fullback, Bloyd. Well, the Saints will be forced to stop the run tonight with Teddy Wolf, Derek Steinbach, Andy Henniges, and Dave Wiltz up front. Brock, Kelly, or Kiley, I should say, and Flynn, the backers. And in the secondary, Parker, Provost, Bardwell, and Finnegan.
Well,
okay.
With Canton going into the wind here, Art, you can expect Central to put 7 or 8 men on the line of scrimmage and really force them to throw the football, something they don't like to do. And be interesting seeing the little schemes that Central has going on defensively.
Indeed it will. Second down and 9 from their own 21-yard line as Robbins licks over the Central Catholic 5-man front. Bobby May set up to stop the run, no doubt about that. Here's Bochek. He's a good one. Comes out to the 26-yard line. Corey Parker up with some run support. Deacon Provost and Kevin Brutt with the primary tackles at the 26-yard line. Third down and let's call it a short 4 for the first down. So typical of a good rushing team, Steve. They get held to a yard on first down, then bust a 4 or 5 yarder on second down to put them in contention on the big down, third down.
Well, they went back to the play they really like to run, and it's like a counter gap. They'll pull their guard and tackle from the opposite side and come at you. They're a very physical team, and we saw them pick up 6 there, Art.
Bochek is 5'11", a 175-pounder. He's the tailback in the eye, Bloyd the up back in the eye. There's a pitch to Bochek. Tries to turn the corner, cuts upfield to the 30, has the first down to about the 33-yard line. Good carry by Jacob Bochek. The tackle for Central Catholic engineered by Chris Kiley. Kiley came over to make the stop. We're going to see it again. This guy is a very fine ball carrier. Here it is again, Steve. Power sweep. Well, actually off the pitch.
Little option there, a little counter option, and Tim Robbins, the quarterback, does a good job. You really can't see it from the camera angle, but the wind is really going to affect pitches as well as passes tonight, Art.
That was the toss sweep. It was definitely off the option, wasn't it?
Yes, it was.
From the 33-yard line. Jim Bowers keeping stats for us and Steve Mays tonight. We got more information than IRS this evening. Pass incomplete. Robbins with his first throwing attempt of the evening. Got an idea why they don't throw that much. The pass was intended for Nathan Bloyd, the fullback. He has 6 receptions for 89 yards on the season, but wow, that was way behind him. There's Old Glory at the north end of Hancock Stadium. That's the way we have learned to know and love the wind in this place. That's right. Out of the southwest, the breeze, and pretty stiff. Second down 10 for Canton. Split receiver to the near sideline is Steve Hobart, 6'1", a 159-pound junior, with Robbins at quarterback on 2nd and 10. Little misdirection to Holak, and he has stopped the line of scrimmage. Good defensive job by the Saints as they read that counter play to the wingback. Over to make the tackle was Andy Henniges. Nice job by Central's line staying at home.
Well, you have to do that against Canton. They really like to run a lot of misdirection. And Hollack, number 10, you'll see him in motion. You'll see him as a split end. You'll see him as a flanker. He'll play all over the field, and they will hand the football as they did just there.
Steve, with the wind the way it is, it's important for Central to not let Canton hold the ball too long, isn't it?
You're trying to create turnovers. There's no doubt about that. You're going after the football. You want the football with the wind.
Yeah, with the wind at your back, you want to have your opportunities. There's all kinds of movement up front. Looked like might have been Ryan Hobart jumped, but he may have been drawn offside, and that seems to be the indication as Eric Mayhew backpedals after perhaps being called for the violation. Up front for Canton, the center is Chris Rodehaber. The guards are Brant Reed and Jason W. Smith. The tackles are Eric Mayhew, Matt Doherty. The tight end is Chris Johnson.
I have to tell you, Art, in the films that we watched of Canton, they were quite impressive in some of their drives. I believe in one drive they had against Washington, they held the ball for about 8 or 9 minutes and ran 16 plays, so it's not unusual for them to hang on to the ball like they're doing here in the first quarter.
Third down 17. They've had a 2-yard loss and a 5-yard penalty, however. And here is Hollack again. Hollack on the counter action, reverse action, if you will, is spilled back on the 25-yard line. Got to the far sideline where Chris Kiley and Tom Bardwell combined on the stop. Good defensive job there. It's interesting, Canton, the team which obviously doesn't want to throw it a great deal, and particularly into the howling gale we have out here tonight, chooses to go with, well, it was almost an end around. It was a flanker around reverse. The play went one way. They countered back the other way. And this will bring on the kicker, Tim Robbins.
Well, we'll get a real good indication of how windy it is here with Hollack making his first attempt at punting.
This is Robbins.
Oh, this is Robbins, the quarterback. That's right.
Well, I'll tell you, he's only got a 34-yard average anyway, Steve. And he's going to be hard-pressed to get it out there 34 yards, I'll tell you that.
Well, I'm not going to make fun of those 34-yard averages. I believe I had a couple of them, too. So
it can happen. That's not a bad kick under the conditions. It takes a Central bounce, however, and the Saints are going to have the ball at about the 38-yard line. Take a look at the Central Catholic offense. Good field position for Bobby May's club right off the bat here. Tom Bardwell at quarterback, the tailback Corey Parker, Chris Kiley at fullback, the flanker Deacon Provost, the split end Pat Finnegan, the tight end Dave Wiltz. These are the guys who have done a tremendous job in recent weeks, but these guys have been even better up front.
Oh, they really have.
Yeah, Wolf, Flynn, Steinbach, Henniges, and Hobart.
Don't be surprised if you see Central take a chance here, Art. Throw it in the end zone. Really get Canton thinking about that passing game.
Andy Yeager's out there instead of Provost at the split receiver left side. Finnegan split right. Ball's at the 38-yard line, and Bardwell hands off for virtually nothing. Straight ahead dive play with Chris Kiley. They tried to test the defense, and making the tackle was their fine middle linebacker, Marcus Beatty. There you see the Canton defense. Watson, Timmons, Lidwell, Coulter, Beatty, and Hanson. Beatty's their wheelhorse, middle linebacker with 33 tackles, assists, and 33 solos and 72 assists on the season. Hensley, Murphy, Reed, and Freeman in the secondary. Called a gain of only a yard. Now Bardwell back to throw, first Central Catholic pass of the evening. He looks, he fires, he's got Provost at the 25. He's inside the 20 down to about the 17-yard line. Big, big play. The tackle for Canton engineered by Jason Coulter. Coulter, an outside linebacker. And Bardwell right on target.
Well, you see Deacon Provost come here with a little hook pattern about 20 yards and does a great job covering up with both hands to move the sticks inside the 20-yard line. Boy, we've seen Tommy Bardwell the last couple games really have the hot hand.
Well, I guess. Well, you've got Yeager and Provost both out there now. They were both in there on the last play. Double split to the left side, twins, if you will. Corey Parker at the 15-yard line. Corey down to about the 9 before he stopped. Nice run by Corey Parker as he moves down to around the 9-yard line before Central pursued and made the stop.
Well, Canton's very conscious of the speed Corey Parker brings to the table. They're really trying to contain him on the outside, but he cut that one up very nicely and picked up 7.
So here are the Saints knocking at the door. The oldest formula in the world forced the team to punt out of something less than great field position into a wind and take advantage of that breeze yourself. 6:29 to go in the quarter. Central Catholic with the ball at the Canton 9-yard line. Tom Bardwell reaches in a quarterback. Looks over that Canton front. Here's the quick pitch. Turning the corner is Corey Parker. He didn't get a turn. Big, big defensive play by the Little Giants. Little Giants came up with a great play for a loss of yardage, and I'm trying to catch the tackler. It was number 42, Ryan Watson, the defensive end.
Well, you see right there at the end of that play, Chris Kiley was there in the slot and wasn't able to get the block for Corey Parker after a gain of 7. They lose 8 on that play, so it brings them back to a 3rd and about 11.
Central may have better luck throwing on this ball club than running against them, Steve. We'll see if that's the way the scenario works out.
Well, if they're going to run the football, they do have to run it outside the ends. There's no way they can run it up the gut being physical with Canton.
Rolling left side, Bardwell. Tommy may keep it. He turns the corner and slips at the 18-yard line. Over to make the tackle with Jason Calder, but he didn't really have to as Bardwell lost his footing and slipped at the 18. So this will bring up a 4th down, brother.
Well,
that'll be a loss back to the 19-yard line.
Bardwell loses 1 yard here, but let's give the sack to the defensive secondary as you see the linebacker, number 50, Jason Coulter, come up and put a pretty good stick on Tom Bardwell.
So we go to a 4th down, and Jason Sproul with a gale at his back is going to attempt out of the hold of Finnegan. This is from the 26. This will be a 36-yard field goal try for Jason Sproul. He's kicked 2 this year. His long is 32. Ball is placed. The kick by Sproul is on the way. It looks good. It is. And the Saints draw first blood. A 36-yard field goal by Jason Sproul. And Steve, you and I mentioned the kicking game at the top of the broadcast, and already we see it to be a big factor. Central Catholic takes a 3-0 lead on the Sproul kick with 4:51 to go in the quarter. Back in just a moment.
Central Catholic 3 open from 9 a.m.
If you had 3 channels of HBO, you'd have a night like this. There's a...
Well, it looked like they might get nothing out of that initial possession. Did get 3 as Sproul now has 3 field goals for the season. He kicked a 32-yarder against Danville Schlarman, a 24-yarder that proved to be pivotal against Pontiac, and a 36-yarder here tonight. So for young Mr. Sproul, that is his 3rd field goal of the year, just a sophomore. Sproul kicks this one off. Canton fields the ball at the 7-yard line, bringing the ball back upfield. The Little Giants, they break to the 20. Outside this is Holak, 25 across the 30. 35 out to, and not quite the 35. They're going to mark it at about the 31. Nice return by Dan Holak. He's 5'10", 179.
He'll do a little bit of everything for you. We just saw him in motion, and he's a blocking back. He will run receiver, and he likes to return kicks, and he does a good job getting to his wall and bringing it outside about the 35, 36-yard line.
He likes to carry on that reverse or a feinted reverse action.
A little misdirection.
Yeah, misdirection. 49 carries on the season, Steve. 333 yards coming in, 5 TDs, 6.8 average. All right, Canton with the ball at their own 31-yard line, trailing at 3-0. Robbins gives off to Bochek, and he's hammered for a loss of yardage on the play. Ryan Hobart in with a big tackle for the Saints. He makes the hit back at just about the 27-yard line. 6 plays on the scoring march at 19 yards for Central Catholic. Took 3 minutes and 19 seconds.
Well, you're very important to come out of that first drive with points on the board. They didn't get it in the end zone, but those 3, you never know in a game like this. It can be very important.
Well, this figures to be a tight football game anyway, Steve.
I would think so, Art. These are 2 excellent 3A football teams.
So any old kind of points at all, certainly going to help you. 2nd down, let's call it 14. So far, the Central defense has met the challenge of the Canton running game. Robbins rolling left side, looking to throw. Doesn't like to do that. Ball pops free. That could be a fumble. They're going to rule an incomplete forward pass. Ball the official says the motion, the arm had gone forward by the quarterback Robbins, but not by much.
Well, I think this is an excellent call. You see Robbins out here on the bootleg. He'll take a big hit from I think that's...
Yeah, that ball did go forward. His arm did go forward slightly, and that's all it takes. The referee is Rod Bachman. The head linesman is Mike Boland. The umpire, Carlos Burton. The line judge is Chip Hall, and Paul Norfleet is the back judge in this one. 3rd down, 14. Or 13 as the scoreboard says. Robbins snaps the ball, gets the snap, I should say. Gives the ball up the middle, carrying his Boyd as fullback, and he gets nothing. May have lost a yard or 2 on the play. You're not going to run inside on Central Catholic very well either. That time it was Finnegan and Kiley. Not exactly 2 big giants, but
the big horses up front, I'll tell you.
Well, let's see. You take Finnegan, who weighs in there at 165, and you take Kiley, who weighs 155. Add them together, and they made a stop.
That's right. Well, those are 2 physical players, though, I'll tell you right now, and Bobby's going to call on them in this game to make a lot of plays. They want the defensive linemen to take care of the offensive linemen, get in a hand fight with them, and let the linebackers make the plays like they did right there, Art.
Central's going to send 10 after the punter Robbins on a 4th down and 14. Low pass from center. Got off an amazingly good kick, all things considered. The ball's going to roll out of bounds at midfield. Actually, it rolls out of bounds in Canton territory. Corey Parker was back to field the punt, as you saw, but Corey, number 4 there, had no opportunity to pick it up. So the ball goes over at the 48-yard line to Central Catholic at their own 48.
That was awful close to roughing the punter right there. Tim Robbins, the punter, actually got knocked to the ground, but the official saw that one of the Central players was actually pushed into the punter and didn't make the call.
Yeah, could have been a big, big call, and Central's had a couple of those go against them this year, as I recall.
Oh, yes, they have.
At least one I can recall, rather. It must have happened against Mendota last week, maybe so. At any rate, it didn't happen this time. That's what's important. In motion is Parker. Back to throw Bardwell. Over the middle. Overthrows Kiley. That is the first time I think we've seen Bardwell unintentionally overthrow a receiver in a couple of weeks, Steve.
Well, it's easy to do that downwind a little bit. He put a little too much on it, and that's the play they scored a couple touchdowns on, I believe, even last week against Mendota. Kiley there and up the seam. And Tom's usually very accurate with this one, but this one just gets away from him. You see no backs in the backfield right there, and just trying to loop it over the linebacker.
Kiley been 6'4", he might have had a shot. Watch those two inside guys defensively for Canton, the two backers, particularly Beatty. Here's a carry by Corey Parker. Didn't net a lot of yards. He got a couple on the play. The tackle for the Little Giants engineered by Courtney Lidwell. Lidwell is 5'10", 215-pound junior. So far, it's been a battle of basic 6- and 7-man lines from both ball clubs. Canton, of course, looks like they're going to go a lot looser than that, but their linebackers suddenly slide up there, Steve, and Bardwell's really had pretty good targets to throw to.
Yeah, their linebackers really don't even respect pass at all. As you see 2 linebackers now, and you'll see 5 defensive backs, so actually Canton's going to their nickel package here.
Back to throw is Bardwell. Bardwell hits the receiver, Kiley, and Kiley is buried at about the 47-yard line. Pretty good recovery as the Little Giants converge. Wes Murphy over there and Jacob Coulter. Canton, of course, in the Middle Illini Conference, this ball club was picked to finish 6th in the preseason Middle Illini race.
Next to last, you're right.
They finished 3rd.
You see Chris Kiley's catch there. That one's not going to get you the first down. Is here with 4th and about 8. Central will be forced to punch.
I don't think too many people pick Central Catholic to share the Corn Belt either. So here's two
Middle
teams.
of the pack.
Yeah, 2 teams that have had great years. Jason Sproul back to kick it away with 1:20 to go in the quarter. Central leads it at 3-0. Pretty good kick by Sproul. Just going to make the end zone. Makes the end zone 5 yards deep. Jason's pooch didn't pooch, did it?
You know, sometimes those can get away a little bit. I think he was actually aiming for the left sideline, just caught it on the shin a little bit, and it went right through the end zone.
How bad was his ankle injury? I know you were telling me about it prior to the ball game, and you mentioned it on the broadcast once. He went down with a little sprain last night.
Well, you know, last night punting the football, he caught his ankle as he was attempting to punt. He really snaps his ankle when he punts, and he caught it in the ground a little bit. And when I got to practice last night, he was icing it. But, you know, watching him in pre-practice drills or pre-game drills tonight, Art, he was fine, actually.
Looked pretty healthy in that field goal.
Yeah. Like the way he kicks the football.
Jacob Bocek, the tailback in the I formation, out over the football. Chris Rodehaver. They give this time to Bocek, and he didn't find much room. Well, so far, Canton pretty well has tried to run inside a tackle. And I would think that'd be a tough way to make a living against the Central Catholic club. Ryan Hobart and Chris Kiley combined. The Saints are no shrinking violets up front. Central Catholic in the trenches averages 215 in that defensive line. You know, they talk about not being so big, but Bobby Mays sometimes speaks with forked tongue there. His kid's a little bit bigger than he might admit.
That's right. Well, we watched 4 different game films on Canton, and they don't change things, Art. They run the basic same plays every game, but they run them well, and they just keep coming at you. As you see both guard and tackle pull on this play.
Bocek hurdles, breaks the tackle, 30, 35, 37, 38-yard line. No doubt about his ability. Deacon Provost makes the tackle. Out there for Central Catholic defensively is a good-looking freshman, number 42, John Bardwell. John is 6'1", 220-pounder.
That was good.
Is he related to Tom?
Yes, he is. They're brothers.
Their younger brother, huh?
Yeah, from ground level, as you see Bocek take that one for about, or actually Bocek for 14 yards.
Well, Bocek is more appropriate. We're close to Halloween, right?
Yeah.
It is
Bocek.
It is Bocek, however. Jacob Bocek. First down for Canton, their first one of the evening. Here is Robbins. Robbins keeps and is pinned down at just about the line of scrimmage. And time is has just about expired in the opening period. The tackle for the Saints engineered there by Leo Flynn. And that's it. We've got 1 quarter in the books in this first round 3A playoff game at Hancock Stadium. Central Catholic leads it on a 36-yard field goal by sophomore Jason Sproul, 3-0. Back with the second quarter in just a minute.
IHSA Sports Report with Art Kimball is sponsored by the Illinois High School Association. It has been
It's Benson's double truckload sale. Now you'll save on all Maytag appliances. Maytag.
Canton, they ran the ball 10 times as we thought they would. They'd run the ball quite often. 10 for 17 yards. Attempted 2 passes, did not complete any. Central ran the ball 5 times, did not gain any yards. And Bardwell was 2 for 3 for 21 yards.
And not much in the way of first downs. Canton has 2. Central Catholic has 1. Only 1 penalty at 5-yarder on Canton. So not a lot has happened out here, frankly. Except
Rapidly
for the field
played
goal.
game. You bet.
All right, the ball rests at the 38-yard line. Little Giants have it. Robbins back to throw, throwing downfield deep, looking for a receiver. Parker's back there with him. They're going to call Parker for interference, apparently. The intended receiver deep was Steve Hobart, and apparently the ruling is going to be that Corey Parker must have jostled him while he was running his route, because he certainly wasn't there at the time the football arrived.
Well, Corey did everything he was supposed to right there, but I think when he turns back to look at the football, he actually has his right arm extended into the receiver, and I think the official will catch that as we'll see the call right here.
Robbins is a nice-sized kid at quarterback. There you see the interference indication from the referee, Rob Bachman.
Here's the replay right here. Nice throw by Robbins, really tight spiral, and you did see the little bump by Corey Parker.
Corey knew it, as you saw his reaction after the call. So it's a 15-yard penalty from the line of scrimmage. It'll be a first down for Canton. Just going to make the comment, Steve. This Robbins kid, through the air this year, has thrown for only 3 touchdowns, 37 of 73, 564 yards. And I'm not sure how many times he's been intercepted. 7 interceptions. He's been picked off 7 times. But physically, he's a nice-sized kid, 6'3", 181. Been in the program for 4 years.
It's a good-sized quarterback. I don't care what level you're playing. 6'3", 185 for a quarterback. That's perfect.
Football rest at the 46-yard line. First down for Canton. Central leads it 3-0. Little Giants have just picked up their 3rd first down of the ball game. This one by a penalty. First time they've been in the St. territory this evening. Robbins has Bocek in the slot to the right side. They give to Bloyd the fullback, and he goes absolutely nowhere. Stacked up by Hobart primarily on the line of scrimmage. And right there with Hobart was Kevin Brott and other folks for Central Catholic. Central defensively calling the defensive signals, as he has throughout the season, is outside linebacker Leo Flynn, number 55. You've got the young Bardwell kid, number 42. That's John. He's in the middle of the defense right now with Hobart and Hennigas. And defensive right end on the right side is Todd Sproul, part of the St. defensive line, which is basically a 4-man front with a stand-up linebacker to the outside, and Robbins is cut down from behind. Tried to turn the corner, tried to get away, and Kevin Brott just outsped him. He caught up with him behind and made the tackle.
Well, it's the second time Kevin Brott has come from his linebacker position. This time he's up on the line of scrimmage, and I think that might have been a broken play as Kevin Brott runs him down from the backside.
3rd down, 11. Central Catholic has done a pretty good job of denying these 3rd down conversions tonight, Steve.
Yeah, they have. And actually, Central's doing some unique things here on the defensive line, playing John Bardwell, and they're going to give Bobby Crawford a little playing time at nose guard, trying to give people rests on that defensive line.
Well, I know Bobby is concerned a little bit about the depth of Canton as they do platoon.
Yeah, that's unbelievable.
Rolling right side is Robbins. In hot pursuit is Kevin Brott. Here's Robbins. Robbins turns the corner, stays on his feet at the 40, and then comes to the end of the road at about the 39-yard line. Nice job, however, by Robbins, who looked for a moment like he was going to be tackled and was finally hauled down over there by several Saints. It looked like Bardwell might have been the guy that made the stop at just about the 43, 41-yard line. They're going to mark it. So you got it.
Well, that's a very dangerous play for Robbins right there.
Yeah, Deacon Provost with a good, solid, squared-up tackle. Here's a 4th down, and for the first time tonight, Robbins is going to have the wind with him as he punts. 4th and a good 5 needed for a Canton first down at the 41-yard line.
That's a good call right here. Punt the football. It's a field position game. Really have the wind at their back right now. See if they can't get it inside the 10-yard line and force Central to come out of their own end zone.
For the Saints in there, Gary Johnson now with the punt receiving team. Deep to receive, Yeager and Corey Parker. High spiraling kick by Robbins with the wind. Yeager feels the football. Is going to be trapped inside the 5. Got out to about the 7-yard line. Didn't call for the fair catch. That's a little gutty. I'm not real sure if that ball would have made the end zone or not, but he got out to the 7. Downfield for Canton to make the tackle was Jeremy Swem.
I'll guarantee you Coach Mays won't be very happy after that one. I think Andy Yeager actually loses sight of where he is on the football field. That ball hung up in the air quite long there,
well,
you know.
Remember the other night when Mark Doty fumbled that ball on one of those high hanging spirals without this much wind, and so tonight it's even tougher. Okay, Central, let's call their own 8-yard line where they spotted it. First down, 92 yards away from where they want to be. Tom Bardwell at quarterback, and he gives to Kiley, and Chris cracks out for a couple. Chris Kiley is as tough an inside runner for a kid no bigger than he is you're going to find anywhere. Marcus Beatty, 6'1", 220-pound senior, made the tackle.
He has one assignment tonight. That's very obvious, Marcus Beatty. Stop Chris Kiley on the inside. I mean, he has no pass responsibility whatsoever. Wherever Chris Kiley goes, you'll see Marcus Beatty go.
Jason Calder back there with him as they vary their defense, it looks to me a little bit. Jim Hansen is an outside backer. Well, I guess not. They stuck pretty well with their linebacker alignment against Central Catholic.
They're running a little basic 4-3 right now.
Yeah, that play was broken to say the least. Bardwell got the ball and got it off to Kiley, but he did not have any opportunity to do anything with it. 3rd down and a long 9.
Well, let's see what happens in this last play here. I don't think, Tommy Bardwell never gets the ball right there, but very fortunate that Chris Kiley fell on it.
Yeah, picked it up off the turf. Yeah, that could have been a disaster down there. I did not see the fumble until we had the replay.
I think he paid dearly for that one. He was kind of hobbling back to the huddle. Let's keep an eye on Chris Kiley.
3rd down situation. Here's Bardwell. Tommy rolls it out left, is pulled down from behind. Great effort, though. Moves to about the 12-yard line. He was tackled by Beatty and then took a real shot. After Beatty had gotten a hold of him, Courtney Lidwell came up with a good pop. And so it's a 4th down. Both of these teams play in very, very tough physical leagues. There's no question the Mid-Illini, a very, very rugged circuit. When you got Washington, Metamora, people like that you're battling on a weekly basis. And, of course, the Corn Belt in recent years has become one of the better 3A leagues, certainly in the central portion of the state, maybe in the state overall, with the emergence of Pontiac and Mahomet Seymour and Central Catholic back in gear and U-High and people like that. Jason Sproul into the wind. It's tough, as you can see. Ball takes a Central Catholic roll, comes out around the 47, 48-yard line where Corey Parker downs it by stepping on it. The ball would go over at that point to Canton's Little Giants. Still 3-0 Central Catholic.
Well, excellent field position here for Canton. And they've shown, they like to throw it a little bit here with the wind. Let's see if Robbins doesn't go up top with 6:49 left here in the second.
I say, Steve, this game has been pretty much by the script, hasn't it?
No, without a doubt. Without a doubt.
You've seen the Central Catholic scouting report, probably till you're sick and tired of looking at it. Anything surprised you so far?
No, not anything at all. Art, we're talking about 2 excellent defenses. Central gives up a little over 11 points a game. Canton about a little over 10. These are tough defense. It's just hard to move the football.
Yeah, Canton gives up 10.8. Central Catholic 11.1. Buchek fights his way through to the 45-yard line of Central Catholic. I want to call him Boo now, too. Buchek. Spells it B-O-U-C-E-K.
Buchek.
Jacob Buchek brought down by number 55, Leo Flynn on the play.
Well, you missed Mechanicu or something like that we had the other night with Dunlap. I never pronounced that the same way twice all night long. First name was Alex. Mechanicu was his name. Fine football player.
You start calling him Alex after about the second quarter.
Plus, he's a kid that carried on every
play, exactly.
Every play.
Why does that always happen?
Second down from the 45-yard line and 7. Here's Robbins. Robbins dropping straight back. Has good protection this trip. Now the protection breaks down. He's got to run for his life. The big guy can do it, though. 45-yard line. He's at the 40. Provost cuts him down to about the 37, where he's helped out by Leo Flynn. That's going to be pretty close to a first down. The QB, Tim Robbins, had all kinds of protection for a while. Then it broke down as the backside leaked through as far as Central Catholic was concerned. Ryan Hobart can run out there, can't he?
No doubt about it. Defensive tackle chasing him down from behind. We'll see this right here. Robbins forced to run as the protection breaks down. And, it's a nice bit of running by a quarterback. He picks up 7 yards.
Central Catholic would love to win this ball game for obvious reasons, but they like a second crack at Pontiac, try to do it again. And they wouldn't be real unhappy if Mendota was in that ball game either. So regardless of what happens with those two, the Saints would like to be their opponent in round 2.
That's right. And well, and the fact that they talked all week in practice this week, it'd be the first time Central in the school history that they won a 3A football game, and that means a lot. Central has been in the 1A playoffs and 2A playoffs.
And won it in both of those.
That's right. And to win it in 3A would be just unbelievable.
Ball rest at the 38-yard line. It's the first down for Canton. But there's a lot of work to be done out here tonight, obviously. There's a new set for you, Steve. That's the old Deadeye. 3 backs, equally aligned. Then they give it to Bocek. Bocek finds a little hole. 30. Cuts down to about the 27. Boy, he's been a step or two away from breaking it, hasn't he? Provost
sure
made
has.
the tackle.
Well, their offensive line has taken over a little bit on this drive right here as they go to basically a straight eye, 3 backs in the backfield, 2 tight ends, and Bocek just running through tackles, picks up 10 yards for the first down.
159 carries for Bocek, 1,166 yards this year. That's 7.3 yards every time he lugs the pigskin. 4:47 to go in the half. Canton with the closest thing they've had to a serious-looking drive. Ball's at the 27-yard line. They give this time, and this one didn't work out at all. The ball carrier was Ryan Watson. Watson is normally an end. They stuck him in the backfield, and he got stuck.
By Hobart.
Yeah.
Big hit by Ryan Hobart.
Ryan came cruising in, made the tackle. Well, I'll tell you, this is fun this year. Seems like old times with Central Catholic in the postseason. Of course, they only missed 1 year. Big deal last year, you know.
Well, I'll tell you, it was a big deal to these players. They really worked hard in the offseason, and when you go, what were they, 2-7 last year? That's no fun, I'll tell you.
Sure isn't. 8-1's a lot better. 9-1's even better. Reaching under center is Tim Robbins. Tim's now fakes the ball to Watson, has a block to the outside from Bocek, inside the 20, down to about the 18-yard line. Well, that's not going to be a first down, I don't think, but it's going to be pretty close to it. As Tim Robbins, Steve, has become a running threat on the season. He has carried 56 times for 181 yards at the 3.2 mark as you see him dive.
Well, they go to that 3-back set, Art, and, he makes the fake to the deep man, and then he's got 3 blockers out in front of him, and right there he picks up an easy 8 yards.
Ball's at the 19-yard line, 3rd and 2. 3rd and a short, too. Central Catholic with a 3-0 lead. Canton driving late in the first half. Here is Bocek, and Bocek hurdles. Think he may have the first down. If they mark it at the 16, he will. And that appears to be the marker. It is the first down for Canton at the Central Catholic 16-yard line. Little Giant fans erupt. There you see them across the way. Canton, of course, in their traveling white uniforms trimmed in purple and gold. Good delegation of Canton fans. In fact, some across the way. It's rare to see high school fans out in the state playoffs in the inner city. Bocek, according to Jim Bowers, our statistician, 9 carries for 42 yards thus far this evening. They give to Bocek again. He hurdles and stopped at just about the line of scrimmage. May have gotten a yard or 2. That's kind of a dangerous move, isn't it, Steve Mays? That little hurdle step he gets into?
Well, that one right there, we've seen it, 2 or 3 times tonight, and you get into a habit of that. The linebacker starts getting a little timing on you, and they're really going to dust you after a while.
There you saw you still see him, some of the Canton fans across the way. Ted Wolf checks back in for Central Catholic. Okay, second down situation. The ball is spotted at the 13-yard line. 2nd and 8. Big split between left guard and left tackle here. Bocek in the middle of the Central Catholic defense didn't get much, down to about the 11-yard line. So the Saints stiffening right now. Bottom of the pile is Wolf, Kiley. As they unpile, the ball's going to be spotted at about the 11-yard line. Gain of only maybe 2 on the play, if that.
Andy Yeager has now come into the game for Tom Bardwell. Tom came out holding his wrist a little bit, so we'll have to keep an eye on the health of Tom Bardwell. He's on the sideline there next to Coach Mays.
You can ill afford to lose Bardwell in a ball game like this. 1:40 to go in the half. 3-0 Central Catholic. Big play here. Third down at the Central 11-yard line, needing 6 for Canton. Tim Robbins, I formation set. Bocek the tailback in the I. Tim Robbins dropping back to throw. Cuts loose, little screen pass. Bocek caught up and was nailed for a long loss of yardage by Henniges. Big defensive play by Andy Henniges. Got a hold of Bocek in the left flat. Kind of a funny play call in that particular situation, but Central's going to be very happy the play was called.
That's right. Well, they're trying to set up the screen right there, and Andy Henniges, boy, did he read that well. Once that lineman lets you go through that easily, Art, as you know, you played a little bit of line in your day. If he lets you go through that easily,
yeah.
Hey, something's up.
You get through that easily, you say, hey, something's up or I'm going to get him.
Yeah.
And you hope you get him. All right, it's going to be Curtis Reed attempting the field goal to tie this thing up. It's from the 26-yard line. This is a 36-yard kick with the wind. Holchek the holder. The ball is placed. The kick is on the way. It is good. A 36-yard field goal. A 36-yarder. Off the foot of Curtis Reed. We'll take a look at it when we come back. And we have a 3-3 football game here at Hancock Stadium. 33 seconds for the half. Back in just a moment.
With 33 left to go.
Get the most out of your TV.
Just like the NFL, isn't it? Battle of field goals. 3-3. Right. Drive, 10 plays, 27 yards. After this kickoff, we'll take a look at that field goal. It was good. We just saw the replay a moment ago, but not by much. This barely inside the left upright as we view it. And preparing to kick it off will be Curtis Reed again. I think this is Reed. Let's check. They list a couple of kickoff guys.
32, Art.
Yeah, it is Curtis Reed. The field goal kicker comes forward. Only 33 seconds for the half of a tie football game. Ball bounds around, goes into the end zone, and it's going to go out of the end zone, come out to the 20-yard line. Yeager tried to field it. Ball bounced away. Let's take a look at the field goal that tied the ball game. You have to look at this very closely.
That's right. You'll see at the last minute this ball just hooks in, and you'll see it there. It goes right over the left upright. And it was good for a 3-3 tie here with 31 seconds left in the second quarter.
Scoring drive, Canton ate up some time. 6 minutes and 16 seconds. 10-play, 27-yard drive.
That's typical drive for Canton. They love to do that. That's the name of their game.
So, the heroes tonight, a sophomore by the name of Jason Sproul for Central Catholic, a junior by the name of Curtis Reed for Canton. We're tied at 3 with 31 seconds to go in the half. Under center is Bardwell, and ball carrier is Kiley. They aren't going to try anything fancy here. Bobby Mays wants to get he and his staff and his kids in the locker room at halftime and talk over a few things. Courtney Lidwell made the hit. There you see the drive, and I think the significant thing there, Steve, is the time.
That's right.
These drives have been short to the field goals, and they've been basically because teams have been punting into the wind. When you punt into this wind tonight, you're going to give the opposition excellent field position. Well, that may be the last play of the half. I think we've seen the half completed. We have. Well, it's a dandy. A good, very good 3A football game as we anticipated. Deadlocked at 3 apiece at the halftime break. We'll be back with our halftime show for you in the second half, of course, in just a few moments.
This October, there's something for everyone on Viewer's Choice. The pay-per-view service that makes it easy to order hit flicks.
10 carries for 4 yards. When's the last time that happened? Good thing it hasn't happened often, or Bobby Mays get rid of his hat.
Well, those 9 carries indicate that Canton had the ball a lot in the first half.
Canton carries 21 times for 67 yards. Passing 21 yards for Central, -7 for Canton. Saints have only thrown 3 times and completed 2, but they haven't had the wind with them that much. Total offense then 60 yards for Canton, 25 for Central Catholic. There's your 85 total. Neither team has lost a fumble. Central's been penalized once for 15, Canton once for 5, and that pretty well tells the story. Kiley has 3 carries for 4 yards, and Buchek has 11 for 46, and Tim Robbins, the quarterback, 5 for 22.
That's a big 22 yards there by Robbins. A couple of those were to keep a drive going. When it really looked like he was going to be sacked for a loss, he'd pick up some positive yardage.
The longest pass of the evening was a 20-yarder from Bardwell to Deacon Provost. So I would imagine we probably had both coaches very, very intently talking about trying to break down those defenses. Let's take a look at our next telecast while we have a moment before they kick it off. We see a good old Wilson football there. SIU and ISU tomorrow afternoon right here on Telecable. The Salukis and the Redbirds, Parents' Day at Hancock Stadium. The fur often flies when those two ball clubs collide.
Well, both of them are in desperate need of a win as well. So
Southern 1-6, ISU trying to go over the 500 mark, and they like to close out with a 7-4 final record, which would be the best mark, I think, at ISU since, what, about 76? Or maybe even farther back than that. But they got to win tomorrow. Well, we'll worry about that one tomorrow. Let's worry about this one right now. Preparing to kick it off, Curtis Reed. Canton will have the win in the third quarter. Steve, this could be significant. Central will have it in the final period.
Well, Central deferred the coin flip, the toss at the beginning of the game, knowing that they wanted the ball with the wind in this, in the fourth quarter. So they're going to get it, but they need to grind out some yards here in the third quarter. Just don't throw in the towel that you're going into the wind. They got to get something going up front offensively.
Yeah, neither offensive line has done much of a job in this football game. Now, that you can talk about the defensive lines all you want to, but the offensive lines have to establish themselves as well. Reed's kick, a good one with the wind. Going to catch Corey Parker on the 3. Corey to the 10, at the 15, at the 20. Little juke step, comes to about the 25-yard line before he's stacked up. Canton covers very well on special teams. Parker made a nice return at that. Got the ball back to the 25. Decent field position. The Saints with the football.
I can't remember the last time Corey Parker returned the football on a kickoff and only got it out to the 25-yard line. It seems every time he touches the ball on a kickoff, it's at least the 40.
Parker's had such a big year rushing the football. He scored 9 touchdowns this season.
His stats can be a little bit deceiving. He's only rushed for 494 yards, but it seems like a lot more.
Tom Bardwell sets his ball club down at the 25-yard line. Saints trying to get something going. Wing back to the left side is Chris Kiley. Steinbach snaps the ball back. A give to Corey Parker. Parker is hit hard at the line of scrimmage. He may have got a yard, but boy, I'll tell you, that big Canton defensive line is getting the job done. Lidwell was in on the tackle. And also there was Jason Windsor, 5'11", 202-pounder. He's got a leg that weighs 202, doesn't he?
He's pretty physical, too, I'll tell you.
Good, tough defensive front for the Little Giants. Okay, let's call that a gain of, let's give them the benefit of the doubt and call it a gain of a yard. Second down and 9. The football is at the 26-yard line. Bardwell rolling left side, pitch to Corey Parker, tries to turn the corner. They stretch it to the outside, hit at the 25. Good second effort across the 30, up to about the 32-yard line by Corey Parker. Good job by Corey getting to the outside. And in the flat for Canton, covering on the play, was Brian Hensley. Hensley, a quarterback at 5'11", a 161-pounder.
Pretty decent job right there by 22 Pat Finnegan as well on the outside as a receiver, giving Corey Parker a little block. But now Central faces 3rd and 4. Let's see if they put it in the air a little bit.
Big play here at the 32-yard line. Let's call it the 33. 3rd down 4. Well, they may elect to figure, hey, we can run for this.
Canton staying in their base 4-3 defense as well.
Provost in motion near sideline. Steinbach will snap the ball in just a moment. He does so. There's the little look-in pass to Yeager. Yeager, 35-yard line out to the 38. He's got the first down. Nice call. Nice call, nice execution on the play. Over to make the tackle with Jim Hansen. Very, very good call in that situation, Steve.
Well, quick screen right there. It's really hard to throw the ball down the field into the wind, so they get it out on a quick screen to a very fast Mr. Andy Yeager. Yeah, exactly.
Yeager's been a handy guy to have around all season long. He's made some big plays.
Oh, he gives you the speed on the outside. He really complements Pat Finnegan and Deacon Provost, the other receivers they have.
Todd Sproul, the tight end to the right side. Hennigas and Hobart, the guard and tackle respectively on the right side. First down Central, 38-yard line. Outside is Corey Parker. Parker got away from one and made it to the 37-yard line. His knee almost went down, but miraculously he retained his balance as Jason Calder took a swipe at him and missed. But then some of Calder's buddies, namely Marcus Beatty, came up to make the stick. at about the 37-yard line. So it's going to be actually a loss of a yard on the play. Second down, 11. Tough to run on these little giants, isn't it?
It has been all year. They don't give up many yards offensively.
You know, their defensive line only averages 200 pounds, they say, but their linebackers check in at a burly 213 pounds per man. Bardwell rolling back, setting up, going to be thrown into the wind. He looks, the pass is complete to midfield. Nice catch by Finnegan. Pat Finnegan over the middle as Bardwell defied the elements and threw a bullet in the wind. It looked like that ball was dying on him just a bit, Steve, but nevertheless, Finnegan curled back and made the reception.
Yeah, it's hard to put a lot of zip into the wind, but Pat Finnegan did a great job coming back to the football. That ball was kind of hanging there in the air. If he doesn't come back to the ball, that one can be picked off.
One of the St. fans predicted to me this week that Finnegan will have a big ball game. He's had a lot of big ones.
Sure has.
Provost in the slot to the right side. Yeager is split wide right. And now still as a wingback is Kiley, the lone setback is Corey Parker. First down, Central Catholic in midfield. Saints on the drive. Parker got a couple. Corey Parker hit along the line of scrimmage by Marcus Beatty, but he squirmed for a couple of yards.
Well, they're really turning Marcus Beatty, number 51, loose there in the middle as you see him come on this play. And he gets to Corey Parker, but it isn't until after a gain of 2.
Going to be second down. Let's call it
we'll give him
about
3 on
needed.
that one.
All 3 Central Catholic first downs have come via the forward pass, according to our crack statistician, Jim Bowers.
There we just saw Marcus Beatty actually run right by Corey Parker.
Yeah, but Coulter was there to wrap him up. Second down situation for the Saints. 7:40 to go in the third period of a 3-3 football game. Tommy Bardwell back to throw in the pocket. Looks over the middle. Pass is overthrown. A little too tall for the intended receiver. That time they look for Dave Welch. Welch got on the step ladder, but at 6'3", couldn't quite haul it down. It comes up now to a third down situation, and still a long 7 or a short 8 needed for the first down. Scoreboard says 8. Nice crowd on hand. The night's kind of chilly, mainly because of the wind.
Yeah.
Gotten breezy.
I was down on that field pre-game, and it was pretty cold, actually. They said it was only supposed to get down to, what, a low of in the lower 50s,
well,
I'll tell you.
I see Jumbo Curran down there has a warm coat on, so that's always
an indication.
That's an indication that...
well, I tell him he's got a lot of insulation under that coat anyway.
Yeah, I don't dare tell him that. Here's Bardwell's pass. Nice catch by Provost. He juggled it.
Oh, he juggled it and caught it.
Juggled it, hung on. Yep, they're going to rule it a catch at the 35-yard line. I don't think that ball ever did hit the turf, Steve.
No, it actually, I think, hits his left leg and then pops right back into his hand, and then he took a pretty good hit.
Going to see it again.
This is a good throw into the wind, down and low. Only the receiver's going to catch that one, and boy, there hasn't been anybody more valuable to this team in the last 3 games than Deacon Provost.
Yeah, he was slowed, what, the first half of the season?
Oh, he had a nagging injury, yeah, a little bit. Kind of nicked up.
That was pretty serious-looking Central Catholic drive. First down 10, 35-yard line, Canton. Steve Bardwell at quarterback. Now Kiley is the lone setback with Parker split wide left side. Bardwell keeps 35, fights his way to the 30-yard line. Tom Bardwell to the 30-yard line. Beatty made the tackle for Canton. Second down 5.
Now that's when you're not going to pitch it to anybody. As his lone running back, he actually fakes to Chris Kiley into the line, and Corey Parker was actually out at his split receiver, so it's either hand it to Kiley or run it yourself. Tommy does a good job picking up about 5.
That's pretty much vintage Bardwell there when he keeps the football. All right, the ball's at the 30-yard line, second down 5. Tied at 3 in the third quarter. Tom Bardwell waiting for the snap. Looks, fires the pass, left flat complete to Yeager at the 30-yard line. Hauled down as he moves to the 21 before being pulled down out of bounds. Nicely executed. Wes Murphy made the hit for Canton, but it's another Central Catholic first down. Nice looking St. drives. They're mixing up run and pass, not the deep pass by and large. All of that pass over the middle to Provost was about 10, 15 yards on that play, Steve?
I gave him 18, Art.
18,
so,
yeah.
But we'll give Andy Yeager 10, as you just saw the replay there, and they pick up another first down to the 22-yard line.
First down Central, 6 minutes and 13 seconds to go in the third quarter. Canton has not had the football as yet in Chapter 3. Long Central drive. Kiley behind the line of scrimmage, got back to the line of scrimmage and battled for maybe a yard on the play. Two-man stop
Down by number 74.
by Courtney Lidwell for one and Jim Hansen for the other. The outside linebacker, 215-pounder, made the tackle at the 20-yard line, called a gain of a yard for Kiley. 2nd down and 9.
Well, he's finding the going very difficult tonight, as that was his actually 5th carry, and he only has 6 yards. So tough going on the inside for Chris Kiley.
He and Parker have been enough of a threat carrying the football, though, Steve, to at least make the pass, at least a little flat pass, was fairly effective. From the 20-yard line, 2nd down 9. Here's Bardwell. I formation set. Dropping back to throw is Tom Bardwell over the middle. Intercepted at the 5-yard line. Picked off. With the football is Matt Freeman. And Freeman brings it upfield for Canton out to the 27-yard line. What a big, big interception that was, as the Central Catholic drive goes a-flittering on the pass interception by Matt Freeman. Canton takes over. We'll be back in just a moment.
The Wreck Factory is scared to price off the competition. Why? Because our prices are so low and our quality is so high.
First play that Canton has run in the 3rd quarter. They give to Mr. Bocek, and he comes out to the 31-yard line.
Goes to number 25.
We're going to see the pass interception here in just a moment by Matt Freeman. He's a senior cornerback. Steve, you said his pass was thrown slightly behind the receiver?
Well, it looks like it from ground level. I think we'll see it as Deacon Provost goes there. And, yeah, that ball's just a little behind him. But Freeman did a good job playing the ball and actually gets a nice return out to about the 27-yard line.
Okay, ball to the 31, 2nd down and 7. They give it off to Bocek, and Bocek snake hips his way for not a whole lot.
Goes to number 25.
He couldn't get away from some very tenacious Saints in there. Ryan Hobart involved in that stick, along with others, including Ted Wolf. The thing you have to be a little concerned with if you're Central Catholic, it is a cool night, but the fact remains you're going basically with the same kids on both sides of the ball, whereas Canton two-platooning you.
I would actually think that would affect Canton a little more. You know, you go off for a series and you get a little bit cold. That wind will cool things down a little bit.
Yeah, they'll go right through you tonight. Bardwell is 4 of 6 for 41 yards in the 2nd half, throwing the football. Robbins back to throw. Robbins looking downfield deep. It is overthrown. It doesn't go to anybody. They're going to call interference, and this could be against Canton, I would think. Parker was trying to get wiggle free in position to take a crack at that ball, and Steve Hobart was on his back, and I think they may have called offensive pass interference.
I think you're exactly right. Corey Parker actually...
That's what I would have called anyway.
Turned to go to the football. Steve Hobart didn't do a bad job, though. I mean, he didn't want Corey Parker to intercept the ball, just grabbed Corey around the shoulders.
Yeah, what are they going to call?
Well, I think Central will decline the penalty anyway.
I would think they would.
Well, I think the official was getting ready to indicate it on Central Catholic.
Yeah, the Canton kids were excited about it.
Oh, my.
Oh, my goodness. Oh, ho, ho. They call it the other way. They call the interference on Central Catholic, and Bobby Mays is livid. Absolutely livid out on the field.
Well, we'll see what...
I'll tell you, it was pretty tough for, in all fairness, of Parker to interfere there. He was the inside man. Well, the call went against the Saints, and you just have to bounce back from something like that. We're going to see it one more time. Bobby Mays unhappy, and I don't blame him one iota.
No, this one, the replay really tells the story, as Parker has great position there on defense.
Yeah,
and,
he pushed off, though. That may be what he called, Steve.
Well, the receiver, well,
I don't know.
It can go both ways.
Yeah.
And actually, that one goes to Canton.
Yeah.
Hey, official saw it that way, and that's what you got to live with.
The first call was a little bit of a push by Parker, but then he really didn't interfere with the guy going for the football. That's the thing. Okay, the ball's at the 49-yard line, a gain of 4 yards on the play.
Well, we got to remember, Art, the ball has to be catchable as well.
Yeah.
You know, this one...
not sure it was.
I don't know. Parker just turns around to look at the ball,
Yeah.
and I think the receiver ran into him.
Yeah.
You know, you're better off not calling anything.
Yep. 2nd down, and let's call it a long 5. Needed for a Canton first down. That's a break for the Little Giants. They're going to try to capitalize on. They've got the ball at the 49-yard line of Central Catholic. Robbins gives off to Bocek, and Bocek fights his way to about the 48-yard line. Defensive line play has been magnificent on both sides of the ball tonight. I'll tell you, Kiley came up to make the hit. Wolf was then on the stop for Central Catholic. Ryan Hobart having one of his bigger ball games, I think, Steve.
Well, he was very fired up before the game. And normally a Central Catholic defense up front will do a lot of stunning. But against Canton, a much bigger team, they're just staying at home and playing, you know, nose to nose right now. And actually the defensive lines are winning the battle.
Big call here, 3rd down 5 from the Central 48-yard line. The pass is completed for a first down, I do believe, off to Steve Hobart. Hobart made the catch at about the 43.
Steve Hobart.
Well, Hobart does a great job right here. The corner's playing a little bit off him, just runs a 7-yard route, and that's enough for the first down. He actually gets both feet in bounds.
So the ball's at the 43-yard line. First down for Canton. They're going to split Hobart wide to the left side. The center is Chris Rodehaver. He's 5'11", 182. The guards are Brant Reed on the left side and Matt Doherty on the right side. Yeah, we got flags thrown. See what the call is going to be here before the snap of the ball. Somebody lined up in the neutral zone. Penalties on Canton. That's the kind of penalty that would drive a coach nuts. At this point in the season, you're playing your 10th game of the season. It's windy at Hancock Stadium. I'll tell you, anything made out of paper is flying all over the place here.
I know I've lost 2 or 3 things out the windows here.
Programs are airborne. Well, that helped the Saints a little bit. The penalty takes the ball back to the 47-yard line. There you see the flag in the north end zone. That wind out of the south.
And that is at the back of the Canton Little Giants.
And it's not making things any warmer. Don't let that south wind fool you. 47-yard line, 1st and 15 Canton, and they're going to take a timeout. Timeout is taken by the Canton Little Giants as Tim Robbins wants to talk it over. Mike Mays, the defensive coordinator for Central Catholic, jogs out on the field. And the head coach, Steve Graves, for Canton, comes on the play-in field. The interesting situation in the Canton schedule, they lost to Dunlap 22-13, and Dunlap was the team that U-High kind of manhandled here late in the season. Well, they didn't beat them by a big score, but won, I think, 26-21, and they really kind of dominated play, particularly in the second half. There is no common opponent on the schedule, is there, for either ball club?
I don't believe so.
No one has played anyone on the other team's schedule. Central Catholic's 3A postseason experience is interesting. In 1991, with Dan Boynton coaching, they lost to a very good Herscher team by a score of 6-3. Then in 92, they lost to Gillespie under Bobby Mays 28-21 and didn't play last year. Total offense in the second half. Canton with 16 yards, Central Catholic with 54. So after Canton dominated with 60 yards in the first half, Central has dominated the second half. 1st and 15. The ball's at the 47-yard line. Here's the pitch by Robbins. Fumble, football loose. I think Central may have it at the Canton 45. Loose football. Canton tried the pitch. And the Saints come up with it. Ryan Hobart.
Boy, he's having a heck of a game.
Yep, Hobart with the fumble recovery. The big tackle.
Well, for a big guy.
205-pounder.
Yeah, exactly. 6'5", 200-pounder. He's very athletic and is a long, gangly guy. And very dangerous play as they run a little counter option. The pitch looked like it was okay, actually, but Hobart does a good job down at the bottom of the pile making sure he gets the football.
Well, the Saints will get the wind in 2 minutes. Right now, it's a 3-3 football game. Central still moves into the wind at the Canton 44-yard line. So turnovers in the third quarter. Central Catholic threw a pass interception, and now Canton has fumbled it away. Corey Parker at the 40. Flag on the play. He's going to bring it back inside the 35 down to the 33-yard line. Corey Parker over to make the tackle was Brian Hensley, but there's a flag thrown against Central Catholic. Out there, Derek Steinbach. I don't know if he was the guilty party, but he's talking to a couple of the other offensive linemen.
I think they threw it right at the feet of Pat Finnegan, as you see Pat talking to the official. And he'll get caught for a clip. He'll be on the left part of our screen when we come into this replay. Keep an eye as Corey does a good job getting to the outside. Well, yeah, it looks like clearly that he blocks in the back, and 15-yard clip penalty really takes Central out of good field position.
Well, they would like to deny Canton the ball anymore in this third quarter with the wind.
Right.
Situation Little Giants are facing. If they don't get the ball back and don't win in the third quarter, they will have been ineffective with the wind the last time they'll get it in the ball game. Now, of course, if this thing goes to overtime, they'll both take the wind at their back, so that means they'll be driving at the north end zone. Okay, the football at the 41-yard line. First down for Central Catholic. That's the good news. The bad news, they need 25.
Canton once again has 5 defensive backs in, expecting Central Catholic to pass the football, and here they go.
Lombard, ball hangs up in the wind, intended for Provost. Here's an interference call, and this one will go against Canton. The call will go against Matt Freeman. A collision occurred here at the 35-yard line. Provost, the intended receiver. These guys are having kind of an inconsistent night on the interference call, aren't they, Steve?
Well, I don't know. I have a hard time with this penalty, Art. Once the ball's floating in the air like this, you'll see number 34, Matt Freeman, come back to the football. He's got as much right for the football. Actually, he's got to look back a little quicker. I think that's a pretty decent penalty. But once it's up in the air that long, you know, the defensive guy has just as much right to get that football.
Well, a 15-yard penalty, so Central right back where they started from. They're back at the 44-yard line with the 1st and 10. That makes up for the clip on Finnegan a moment ago. 1:09 to go in the third quarter. Well, Central fans weren't crazy about the last pass interference call, and Canton fans aren't crazy about this one, so we should be even. Let's take it from here, right?
Yeah.
44-yard line.
1st and 10.
Kiley in the slot to the left side. Bardwell at the long count, rolls left side, pitches off this time to Corey Parker at the 40, 35, he's at the 30, cuts in 25, down to just about the 20-yard line. Nice job by Corey Parker. Parker very nearly broke it. First down for Central at the 20-yard line with a minute to go in the third quarter.
Well, this is something you probably wouldn't have seen last year, as Corey Parker was injured most of last year. Watch at the end of this play. It's a great block on the outside by Deacon Provost, and you see Andy Yeager as well. Corey's running people over now.
He really is. Right through Brian Hensley.
Man.
He buried Hensley. All right, the football rests at the 19-yard line. First down situation for Central Catholic. Another serious-looking scoring drive for the Saints. Dying stages, third quarter. And we may have a delay of game call here. Or perhaps Hensley might have been in the neutral zone. The linebacker was starting to slip in for Canton.
It's either he or number 58, Jim Hansen. I believe they might get at the top of the screen. We won't get the replay on that, but I believe we're going to see the run by Corey Parker here again, Art. I love this. This is good football right here. As
not good for Brian Hensley.
No.
It depends on your point of view. Ball rests at the 14. 1st and 5. Violation of the neutral zone, as the late Red Grange used to say. Tom Bardwell gives the ball misdirection to Kiley. 10 at the 5, all the way down to the 3-yard line. Chris Kiley. Nicely executed play. Little misdirection. Little trap in the middle, perhaps, and Kiley moves down to the 3-yard line. So the Central Catholic offensive line finally starting to beat a little tattoo on this Canton ball club.
Now, scissors play right there, and you saw a great block by number 70, Teddy Wolf. He just buried his man, allowing Chris Kiley to have his longest run of the evening at 12 yards.
Derek Steinbach's wearing 70.
Oh, yeah, I get those guys screwed up all the time. My program continues to have him listed as number 70.
Well, they switch numbers. Like Bobby said, they never switched them. They just get it right in the first place. Corey Parker is smothered. Wow. Parker from the 2-yard line, met by everybody in the Canton student body, and that's it at the end of 3 periods. Beatty led the surge. So after 3, we go to the other end. The game is deadlocked at 3 apiece. Central threatening as we start chapter 4. Well, here we go. Final quarter. A lot of the Canton fans have moved to the east stands here at Hancock Stadium.
Much better quarter for Central Catholic offensively. They ran the ball 9 times for 52 yards. Tommy Bardwell was 4 for 5 for 47 yards. Canton, on the other hand, had their worst quarter of the evening, ran the ball only 4 times, so they didn't have the ball a lot for 10 yards. And Robbins completed 1 pass to Hobart for 7 yards.
Let's see if the Saints can get it in here. They have the ball. 2nd down. at the 3-yard line. First play of the fourth quarter. Power I set. Bardwell off the long count, gives the ball to Corey Parker into the end zone for the touchdown. Corey Parker from 3 yards out, and Central Catholic takes the lead.
Touchdown!
Big play by Central to complete a good-looking scoring drive. We're going to see it again.
Well, you'll see the lead blocked by Nick Propersi, number 44 right there, allowing Corey Parker enough room, 3 yards, to get into the end zone, Art.
All right, what do you do here? You go for 1 or 2. It looks like Bobby Mays likes to go for 1.
Well,
Jason Sproul.
Wind at your back, I think you got to kick it here.
Yeah, get yourself up 7.
Jason Sproul. Holding will be number 22.
Pat Finnegan will hold. Sproul will attempt to convert. 9-3 Central Catholic. Ball is placed. The kick is on the way by Jason Sproul. No question about it. It's good. And Central Catholic has put the first touchdown of the evening on the board. At the PAT, the Saints lead at 7-3. Back in just a moment.
We will work hard to fill it up on the court this season.
The wrong score as we took the out cue. It's 10-3, of course, Central Catholic. That was a 4-play, 44-yard drive to the touchdown, and very, very nicely engineered by Central Catholic. And as you point out, Steve Mays, the first bona fide drive the Saints have really had tonight, and they did it against the teeth of the Canton defense. A rather impressive march.
Well, Corey Parker was finally able to get outside the defense a little bit, but let's give credit, as you mentioned earlier, the offensive line came to life in that series, actually in the whole third quarter.
Remember, Ryan Hobart's fumble recovery set all that up.
Here's the touchdown run one more time by Corey Parker from 3 yards out as he gets a nice block, as I mentioned, by Nick Propersi.
Deep end over end kick to Holak in the end zone. He won't bring this one out, and the ball goes out to the 20-yard line. First down for Canton. So the fumble recovery by tackle Ryan Hobart gave Central the ball at the 44-yard line, and they took it in from there with a sustained drive that took 2 minutes and 27 seconds. Didn't take them too long. Once they got it in gear. First down, 20-yard line for Canton. So for the second time tonight, Canton is trailing the football game. They were down 3-0. Tied it with 33 seconds to go in the half. Pass in the left flat to Hobart is complete. He slides out of bounds, very close to the 25-yard line.
Pushed out of bounds by number 4 for the Saints.
Excellent camera angle right here. As Robbins does a good job. It's tough to complete those passes on the outside. The ball tends to sail on you, but Hobart did a good job picking up 5.
Second down 5 needed for the Canton first down. Little Giants break the huddle again. Out over the football. There's center Chris Rodehaber, senior veteran. Canton has to go against the wind here in the final quarter.
A stacked eye right now. 3 backs in the backfield.
Bocek fights his way to the 31-yard line. Apparently has the first down.
And off goes the number 25.
Finnegan was in on the tackle. Kiley in on the tackle for Central Catholic. Of course, the Canton playing style, Steve, the wind doesn't, you would not think would affect them anywhere near as much as it would Central Catholic, although Central threw the ball against this wind, too, if you don't try to throw too deep.
Right.
The one long pass we did see, of course, resulted in an interference call as Bardwell's ball got up in the air and really kind of hung up in the wind. First down at the 32 is where they mark it. Canton at their own 32. They trail it here 10-3. Robbins fires the pass complete to Hobart at the 36-yard line. Kevin Brock and Finnegan. Finnegan primarily there. Nice catch, however, by Hobart.
Well, the corners are playing off a little bit right now, about 8 yards, and you see Pat Finnegan put a nice stick on him, but Hobart did a great job hanging on to the football.
Ball to the 36-yard line. Second down and a long 5 for Canton. They break the huddle with Nathan Bloyd, the fullback. Bocek, the tailback. This is that dead eye set once again.
They've had a lot of success with this offensive formation. It's really a lot of misdirection, but not on this play here as they'll lose a couple.
No success there. Robbins pinned down behind the line of scrimmage by several Saints. Kevin Brock was in there, and also Leo Flynn. It's going to be a third down upcoming. And about 7 yards needed for the first down.
That'll bring up a 3rd and 7 for the little guy.
3rd and 7. The ball's at the 35-yard line. Split to the near sideline now is Dan Holak, 5'11", 179-pounder. 3 receptions for 97 yards and 1 touchdown. So he's been a big play guy when they've thrown to him. Back to throw is Robbins. Hit as he throws, completes the pass to Bocek. And Bocek is pulled down by Bardwell primarily and also by Deacon Provost. The pass over the middle. Bocek made a nice reception, but was yanked down. Good coverage primarily by Tom Bardwell.
It looks like at the end of this play that actually Tom Bardwell will get a piece of the face mask. The official won't see it, and from the beginning this play looked like it was going to be a big play for Canton, but it just took too long to develop, and now it'll be 4th and 6.
So the Little Giants will have to punt away into the wind. 9:05 to go. So Central Catholic can afford to play the clock a little bit now. The Saints leading by a score of 10-3. A sustained 44-yard drive following a Ryan Hobart fumble recovery. The payoff was the plunge into the end zone by Corey Parker. That punt started out nicely, but look at the way the wind holds it up. It's going to be down at the Central Catholic 47-yard line. There to down it was Chris Coates, 5'10", a 185-pound senior.
Well, the thing you really worry about when you punt the ball into the wind like that, if you're Central when you're returning the football, is it doesn't go very far. It hangs up in the air. It kind of can bounce backwards and hit some of the linemen coming downfield to make a block. They worked on that all week, that if you see that, get away from the football.
Central in good position right now with the lead and the wind at their back. They can pretty well punt Canton into a very difficult situation for the rest of the ball game.
Well, you want to hang on to the football, though.
Here is Bardwell. Bardwell gets the ball to Chris Kiley. Kiley almost lost it there, but hung on and got down to the 47-yard line. Pick up on the play of, a good 5, almost 6 yards. Let's call it 6 for Chris Kiley. Ball's at the 47. Beatty made the tackle. 2nd down and a short 4 as it looks from here. Central offensive line has really done a job in the second half.
They have.
Imagine there was a little discussion of that at halftime.
Well, I'm sure that Jim Malinowski and Darren Hess, the 2 guys that work with the offensive linemen, saw some things and really put it in the brains of the offensive line.
Here's Bardwell. Bardwell behind a good block goes down to the 40-yard line. The key block was thrown by Leo Flynn, the pulling guard. Flynn, the left guard, pulled, and if you can watch 55 here, do a job as Bardwell slipped right behind him. Moves the ball to the 40-yard line for a Central Catholic first down. There's a left guard, 55. See him, nice block.
That's right, counter option action right there, and Tommy had no intentions of pitching that ball as he saw a nice little seam and picked up 7.
Saints have the football at the 40-yard line of the Canton Little Giants. Canton still in that 4-man front, basically the 4-3 that Steve has been talking about all night long, and Central Catholic, a very confident team in the second half of this football game. They give it off to Corey Parker. This time he's pinned down behind the line of scrimmage back at the 43-yard line. It's a big defensive play by the Little Giants. In to make the tackle was Ryan Watson. So it'll be a 2nd down upcoming and 12 needed. 2nd and 12. Well, I'll tell you, we're very nearly to the halfway point in the 4th quarter, Steve.
That's right. This is a rapidly played 4th quarter. Actually, a rapidly played second half. And
rapidly played football game.
You know, now that I look at my watch, you're exactly right. It has been.
Started at 7, and it's a little better than an hour and a half. Ball rushed at the 42. Here's Bardwell. Bardwell dropping back. Pass is deflected and caught by Henniges.
Oh, my.
On a deflection, Andy Henniges, the big tackle with the football, moves up to about the 48-yard line. The ball was deflected. Henniges, actually technically an offensive guard. The ball was deflected, Andy, and the big guy, 6'1", 235 pounds, grabs the football. What a chance for glory, and he ran sideways.
That's right.
Back to the 48-yard line, where it's going to be 3rd down at about 22.
Well, he's looking for the end zone, though, and he does a good job hanging on to the football, and I'll have to get on him. He's carrying that ball in the wrong arm, isn't he? Switch the ball.
Which end zone was he looking for, though? 3rd down, 21, they say on the board. Here's a draw play to Kiley, and Kiley gets to midfield. Well, this will bring up the 4th down, and we're at the situation now where Central Catholic's defense can probably win the ball game if they deny Canton on this possession. 5:37 all that remains. Canton will get the football back. It's going to be 4th and 20 for Central Catholic. Back to receive for the Little Giants go Curtis Reed, number 32. And back there with him is Ryan Watson. However, Jason Sproul may put this in orbit with the wind at his back.
Well, I think with that wind at his back, he'd be better off angling to at least one of the sidelines. The ball's going to carry far enough. You just want to get the ball inside the 20-yard line. No pooch kick.
Good snap, good kick. Ball fielded on the 15-yard line. Returned by Watson to the 20 and to up the 27-yard line. Not a bad job of punting. Pretty good job of coverage. Good return by Watson. So everybody did their job pretty well that trip. Ball rested the 27-yard line. I'll tell you, the way that wind is blowing, Steve, it's probably even tough to get it out of bounds here tonight.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. It's, you know, it's straight to the north, and try and angle something. The wind just doesn't allow it to go that way.
You can't get that crooked kick no matter how much you may try. First down, Canton at the 27. Well, I think the football game rests on this particular possession. Central Catholic leads 10-7. Robbins back to throw. Robbins looking downfield deep for Hobart. Broken up, nice play by Corey Parker. Corey Parker shaken up on the play. He backpedaled and broke it up nicely, but
Corey's still on the ground right there.
Corey's down, has his headgear off. He's getting up though. He'll have to come out for a play.
It's a pretty acrobatic deflection, and we'll see him come down on his back. I think it just knocks the wind out of him, but we've seen this play a couple times. These guys have really been going at it, Parker and Hobart.
Well, Corey has had a lot of pressure on him this evening, particularly on defense. You know, they've thrown his way, and he has certainly responded.
Well, Central wants that, Art. You know, they're putting 8 men up front.
There's a good look at Corey coming off the field.
Man-to-man coverage on the outside receivers, and they feel like he's one of their best athletes, and he's actually probably the fastest man on the field. And they'll take that matchup all night.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
2nd and 10 for Canton.
Yeager with man-to-man coverage on Hobart, the split receiver, with 4:42 left to go in the football game. And there's movement in the Canton offensive line. This will cost them 5, I think. Indication procedure against Canton. Yeah, Hobart was celebrating out there at split end for Canton, but those split ends are never close enough to really know what's going on, are they?
No.
Penalty takes it back. Takes it back to the 22 or 23-yard line. 23. There's a look at the Central Catholic cheerleaders here tonight. They're enjoying the ball game at this point. It was 3-3 at halftime. It's been a tough one. 10-3 right now with 4:42 to go. 2nd down, 15 from their own 23. Canton has not had much of a second half. Robbins looking. Robbins throws complete to Hobart. Hobart's going to be short of the first down, but the completion's out to about the 35-yard line. That was a bullet thrown by Tim Robbins, and Hobart made a fine catch. Saints covered it pretty well, in fact, very well, but after the fact.
Yeah, Robbins throws a nice little ball here, a little curl route by Hobart. Didn't get enough for the first down, but that was a good call.
Yeah, Yeager with the primary hit. 3rd down, 2.5. Let's call it 3. Only 4:09 to go. First round of the state 3A playoffs. Both teams looking for their first postseason victory at the 3A level. Canton looking for his first postseason victory ever. Bocek is stopped at the 37-yard line, maybe the 38. Call it the 37. It's going to bring up a 4th and 1. They have to go for it. No question about it. 4th down and a yard needed for Canton. They trail 10-3.
That's right. 3:40 left. You cannot give up the football. They're forced to go right here. What do? Do you run the football and keep the clock moving, or do you get Robbins on the outside, throwing it? This is a tough call for the Canton offensive coaches.
Canton's got 2 timeouts left. I think you definitely have to, I would guess they'd run it here.
Yeah, they go to that stacked eye. I'm sure they're going to.
4th and a long 1. This is not an easy pickup. It's Bocek, their best ball player, best ball carrier. He's got the first down about the 38 or 39-yard line. Bocek proved to be the fine back we knew he was. He spun away from a couple of people, finally pinned down by David Wiltz.
Yeah, the initial surge, I'm not sure that he gets it right there. Good hit by Tom Bardwell, and David Wiltz comes in to clean it up, but not until Bocek picks up 2 for the first down.
Bardwell was there first, huh?
Tommy Bardwell from the free safety position.
And Wiltz was on the bottom. Falls to the 39-yard line. First down, Canton. Only 3:04 to go in the ball game. 10-7 Central leads. Back to throw. Pass is incomplete by Robbins. Good coverage from Pat Finnegan and also Tom Bardwell. Hobart was the deep receiver, and he was the guy that obviously was the target and has been the prime pass receiving target for Mr. Robbins this evening.
Well, Bocek has 2 catches, 1 for -9 and 1 for 2 yards. But other than that, Robbins really isolates on Hobart and likes to throw it his way.
Ted Wolf out, Bobby Crawford in to lead this pass rush on a 2nd down situation. Only 2:58 to go. One would think Canton will keep putting it up. Dropping back is Robbins. Good pass rush over the middle to Bocek. Incomplete pass. Nice coverage by Kiley. Kiley maybe got there a shade late, but nevertheless the ball bounced off the hands of the intended receiver, who I think was Bocek, running that pattern over the slot, over the middle. Incomplete. 3rd down.
Well, to get a little more pressure on Robbins right there, Central Catholic elects to bring an outside backer. Kevin Brott comes on a blitz, and he got to Robbins, but not until he threw the ball. That was a very dangerous pass over the middle.
3rd down, 10. Barking it out at quarterback is Robbins. Big play here for both clubs. Robbins back to throw. He looks, he fires. Incomplete. Receiver fell down at midfield. That was Holak, the intended receiver, and so it'll become a 4th down. The whole football game for Canton is going to come down to this play.
Well, Robbins does all he can right here. He throws before Holak makes the break. It actually looked like a pretty decent throw, but Holak falls down when he goes for the football.
4th and 10. Well, Canton's not going to take a timeout. I thought they would for a moment. This situation, apparently they know what they want to call. Robbins talks to the ball club in the huddle.
Well, this plays their season right here with 2:49 left. You either get the 1st down and keep your season alive, or you give the football back, and it's going to be very tough from then on.
Got to get to your own 49-yard line to keep the football. Robbins rolling to the right side. Heavy traffic. He shakes off one, but not the other. Is dumped for a loss of yardage on the play. Henniges was there for Central Catholic along with Leo Flynn. And that play maybe has preserved a victory for the Saints. We'll see what happens. Now Central must take good care of the football at the 36-yard line, because you know the Canton's going to be coming after the football on every play.
That's right. They really always tackle the football. You've got to hang on to it. Really, you're not trying to gain that many yards. Just hang on to the football. 2:30 left here in the 4th.
You play the clock. Tom Bardwell at quarterback. Long count. Steinbach on the snap, gives the ball to Kiley, and Kiley got through for a couple of yards. That's
play to number 33, Chris Kiley.
Main thing you have to do is hang on the ball. Jason Colder made the tackle. Football is marked at the Little Giant 32-yard line. 2nd down, he got about 5 on that play at that, didn't he?
Yes, he did. I'll tell you right now, the best play call, the way Canton is lining up defensively, might be the quarterback sneak. They're playing an outside shade on the offensive guards. I think you can run a quarterback sneak all night.
Well, they certainly don't think Central is going to throw here, do they? I wouldn't think. If the clock rolls in Central Catholic's favor, they can see Tom Bardwell again, gives to Chris Kiley. And Kiley just hammers for a couple of more yards. Pretty reliable kid to give the football to. Kiley, who has rushed for 625 yards on the season, 4 touchdowns. Moves the football to the 30-yard line, where it's going to be a 3rd down 3, and Canton is taking a timeout. Canton takes a timeout. The ball is resting at their 30-yard line. And Central Catholic would like to get the 1st down and not have to give the ball back. They need about 4, so I think we'll see something perhaps a bit more dramatic than the Kiley crack up the middle here, Steve.
Yeah, I would think so. I wouldn't be surprised to see Corey Parker on a little toss sweep to the outside. You know, let him run, and you got a lot of field to that side. Just let him run. If he gets it, fine. I wouldn't be surprised if they go for it on 4th down either. I mean, you're on the 30-yard line.
No, I wouldn't either.
Why take a chance punting the football?
Well, if you punt it, it could be blocked. Secondly, you're going to kick the ball in the end zone anyway.
Bad snap, block punt. There's a lot of things that can happen on a punt team.
Even if they don't get a yard on this play, you know, or on the next play, still they can't have the ball at the 30-yard line with not much time left into the wind.
That's right. Well, I'm sure they'll force Canton to use their last timeout after this, coming up on 4th down, no matter what happens.
What a magnificent season this has been for Central Catholic. 8-1 coming into this ball game. Only loss they have was to Mahomet Seymour on a block punt, it turns out. Tom Bardwell under center, over the middle. Receiver, and this may go for the score. The pass is complete for a touchdown to Todd Sproul. Everybody stacked up on the inside. and Central Catholic does the totally unexpected. Play from 27 yards out with 1:28 left to go. A 27-yard pass.
Well, little dump pass. Really Canton gets caught in the wrong defense as you see Todd Sproul go in from 27 yards out. Huge play for Central Catholic.
I knew who caught the ball. I knew who threw it. I couldn't say it. I was surprised with the Canton defense, but that makes it a 16-3 ball game, and Central Catholic, for the first time ever, has won a postseason game at the 3A level. Jason Sproul on to attempt the conversion. The kick by Jason is good, and it's a 17-3 Central Catholic lead. And this one's all over with the final accounting. We have 1:28 left. Back in just a moment.
What if you came home to a choice between Steven Seagal and Mel Gibson, or between men in boxers and men in tights? What would you choose? How could you choose? Well, with Videoplex from Telecable, the choice is yours. Because whatever your mood, Videoplex has something for you. Like one fantastic program on one premium channel and a different choice altogether on its companion channel. Videoplex offers your choice of great shows for just pennies a day. So get Videoplex from Telecable and spend the time with whomever you choose.
Tired of all the hot air and hype surrounding hearing aids? Then you need to talk to the professionals at the Cade Hearing Aid and Audiology Center. Cade's trained specialists will give you a free comprehensive evaluation using the latest diagnostic equipment. If a hearing aid is necessary, Cade's can save you hundreds of dollars on quality name brands. So put an end to all the hot air. With over 15 years experience, you can trust the staff at the Cade Hearing Aid and Audiology Center, 606 West Market, Bloomington.
Well, let's revise our distance on the touchdown pass to Todd Sproul. That was a 30-yarder from Bardwell. For Tom Bardwell, that is his 8th touchdown pass of the season. For Todd Sproul, that's his first TD reception of the season. That'll be a big thrill for Todd Sproul, isn't it?
Big thrill.
Talk about being wide open, huh?
Well, those are ones you better catch. I'll tell you right now, nobody around you. And he's just another kid that's really come to life for Central. He's really picked it up starting about the Prairie Central game. He played magnificently defensively, had 4 sacks in that game, but he's pretty valuable tight end as well.
After the kickoff, we'll see that touchdown again. You talk about a team gambling on the run. Well, I would have done the same thing. I certainly didn't think Central was going to throw it.
No, I didn't either. But, hey, it's 3rd down.
Was Bob that unpredictable around the house?
Bobby's always unpredictable.
He's the older guy in your family, isn't he?
That's right.
He's the older brother. Okay, here's the kickoff by Jason Sproul. He doesn't really get into it too well. The ball's going to roll down and fielded at just about the 11-yard line by Holak, and he's knocked out of bounds inside the 20-yard line.
Well, he's going to lose about 15 yards on this one. If he lets it go out of bounds, they're going to get it at the 35. You're better off doing that. But Holak very anxious to make a play, fielded the ball.
Going to see it again. Here's an interesting situation. Second half total offense. Central Catholic, 130 yards, 38 for Canton. There's the pass to Todd Sproul. It's a little bit of a foot race, and he goes into the end zone. He got tackled, but nevertheless, he scores for Central. 17-3. The Saints will carry a 9-1 mark up against either Pontiac or Mendota next Saturday. Pass is complete. Knocked out of bounds after making the reception is Steve Hobart, and that game will be played on the road for Central. Either at Pontiac or Mendota. They meet tomorrow in first-round playoff action. That'll be an interesting matchup, and it's the oddity there, of course, is no matter what happens, Central Catholic will play a team they've already played this year.
That's right, and they've beaten both of them, but I'll tell you, those are 2 tough teams, and that'll be an interesting game to watch. That one's up at Pontiac, or actually at Mendota. So,
whether it's at Pontiac or be one of the 2 play. Oh, tomorrow's game, you mean?
Tomorrow's game is at Mendota.
Yeah. No, it's at Pontiac.
Oh, is it really?
Ball is deflected around and almost intercepted. Central had a shot at it. Leo Flynn had a hand on the football. Incomplete. We're down to 49 seconds. Well, we hope you've enjoyed this one. Incomplete forward pass. 2nd down situation. Ball's at the 31-yard line. Take nothing away from this Canton ball club. Fine football team, but the credit, I think, has to go to Central Catholic's offensive line. in the second half of the ball game. They came out of that locker room just determined to knock that fine Canton defensive unit off the ball and did the job well enough to pick up a victory. And what a huge victory this is in Central Catholic football history. Holak makes the reception, comes across the 35 up to the 38. So from a 2-7 year last year, Central Catholic has now gone to 9-1 and picked up their first 3A postseason victory ever. Now, I'm sure the Central fans and players will tell you, why stop now? Huh?
That's right.
It's starting to be fun. We got to roll it. 24 seconds left to go.
Well, that's why they play every game. You never know what's going to happen. You know, some teams come into a little better than you are, but you still have to play it.
Incomplete pass thrown by Tim Robbins. Well, a good job on the part of Central Catholic against a guy like Jacob Bocek, who could just really do a job on you. Fine running back, certainly for the Canton Little Giants and his teammates. Boy, Central came out in the second half. They mounted that sustained drive, of course, and the 44-yard march that gave Central the lead was, of course, perhaps the turning point of the ball game. Incomplete pass, left flat to Hobart. Brings up...
That'll turn it over on downs, as that was fourth and about 4.
I was going to say, that was the final play as far as Canton is concerned. We have only 12 seconds left, and Central Catholic will have to snap the ball one time.
Hey, let's don't forget that Bocek had 215 yards rushing last week against Princeton, so to hold him to about 70 tonight, what a big effort by the Central Catholic defense, because he's quite a running back.
Well, we're talking basically about the same kids. Both sides of the ball,
right,
as far as the Saints are concerned, you know, and the adjustments at halftime, obviously it's not a matter of the kids playing harder in the second half than in the first half, but probably a matter of technique. Coaches would tell you, figuring out the way to block that Canton defense.
Right.
Great job of game preparation by Coach Mays and his staff. And here is Bardwell. Bardwell gets down on one knee. You can tell he's a veteran quarterback. You just skedaddle out of there. You get down on one knee and bail out. Well, that's the football game. Central Catholic holding those headgears high in the air as well they should. The Saints notch a big 3A playoff victory by a margin of 17-3 over Canton. Central Catholic came into this ball game ranked number 7 among the 3A teams in the state. Canton was ranked number 10, and the poll held up out here tonight. The Saints got a bonus touchdown at the end, but nevertheless, a tremendous football game all the way around as far as Central was concerned. We'll be back and wrap it up for you in just a moment.
When buying a car, the decisions can be overwhelming. That's why it's important that your salesperson possesses the knowledge needed to help you find a vehicle that's best for you.
Sure, you tell him when he says, hey there, Sean, J9517, $550. Look at that. That's a retail price. Somebody else is paying that. $203.33, and it's perfect for the smaller wrists. I'm going to show you how easy it is. Oh, I almost have to open the clasp. Do you see that? I almost have to open the clasp, so you know it's going to fit you, ladies. I have a very tiny little wrist. I can wear a 6 3/4 inch bracelet, no problem. But this one works well with my makeup, actually, with my bone structure. And you can see that it's not going to look too overwhelming on my little wrist. It's going to look terrific. Bill says these are almost gone. Almost, what do we have, 4 left? We have 4 left, Bill.
Less than a handful.
Oh, my goodness. Stampado is now, there's a stampede for the Stampado. Stampede those phone lines. 203-33, 1-800-788-2454. You can get through right now. There's an open telemarketer. 9.9 grams. Can't spend too much more time on it. Stampado bracelet. I'm going to wear it. It looks terrific. Smaller wrist. Very comfortable. Do you know why it works? Because it's thicker. It's thicker, and it takes up a little bit more of that space there. Isn't that beautiful next to that brown cuff?
The simulated pearls of Mallorca, Spain would look absolutely terrific with that bracelet. Around the neckline, it is absolutely gorgeous. 1-800-788-2454. Shall we give it a minute or sell out, whichever occurs first? Let's go ahead and do that. We have now under a handful. We have less than 4. We have 3.
Is that coming up?
We have 2 or 3 remaining, and that's all.
Bill, grab me that pin over there. That's
I will
fabulous.
grab you that pin coming up.
That's
this is
coming up in your
yes,
show?
it is in the Mallorca island of the Mediterranean source of fine simulated pearl hour coming up next.
Look at that pin now. That looks like it cost $250.
Well, it might. It might. If it were done by another manufacturer using other materials and methods.
Just fly it in. Look at this. Look, we're just going to put it right in there. Look how good it looks next to this. Oh, pretty.
That is a pretty pin.
Oh, that is a pin that's coming up in the next hour. Look at all those pearls. Those pearls look so fabulous. They look so expensive, Bill.
It takes an extremely trained expert eye with the help of mechanical devices to tell these from some fine, beautiful pearls of another name. But we'll talk about that with our special guest, Marla Pilato, coming up at the top of the hour.
I can't believe all these ladies come in, and they're shopping with us today from all around the world. It's just wonderful. J9517, so you can call in too, 1-800-788-2454. Call us up, and we'll talk to you on the air. We don't have any special guests today, just Bill Fahey's joining me. And you can talk to Bill. He'd love to speak with you.
Buongiorno.
Buongiorno. Bellissimo. Look at the gold, ribbed, swirl, hoop designs. New markdown. This is a big markdown. These, look at the detail. We can't buy these. I can't believe you can get these anywhere for less money. Even if you know somebody in the wholesale district. Look at this. Bill, do the honors.
What a beautiful buy. Oh, my. Look at this. Well, I turn around and it's cut again. We offered these initially at $69, and that in itself, $100 less than retail, is a great get. We cut them to $59. We cut them to $54.83. We now cut them to $42.50.
$42.50.
And we say, vaya con Dios. Yes, indeed. These will fly.
Whoa,
$42.50. 14-karat gold, 1 inch by about an inch. 15/16 across, 1 inch exactly from the top to the bottom because of that nice little archway in the golden wire. They snap into place, and they are just delightful.
You can't buy earrings in gold this size for under $50.
3.1 grams. Very important to consider that.
How many do we have left, Bill? Because I know we just don't have very many at all. These hang down at 1 inch long. 1 inch long. Can I say that? I did. And look how big they are on the hair design. You know, the hair design. I'm going to take off my other earring. So you can actually see how great these are going to be with any business suit. They're going to look good with a dress or any kind of jeans, turtleneck. Very comfortable. I bought a pair of gold hoops here at Value Vision, and I wear them all the time, as you know. And you always tell me that. And I wear them all the time because they're comfortable and they look good and they're not going to chip off. How many times have you bought gold earrings and then all of a sudden they're not real gold, they chip off, and oh my gosh, there's a base metal under there, there's a mystery metal, don't know what it is, don't care. $42.50, that's all you pay.
I must jump in. I must interrupt. These earrings are priced extraordinarily low, too low. We cannot be making any money on these.
You're going to show a grand price on earrings?
I'm going to show you a grand price. Now, we never, ever show a grand price on earrings because normally the retail grand price on earrings is about $130 a gram. Some of our finest prices are in that $40, $50 a gram range. This is a price of $13.70 per gram on custom Italian finished earrings. That is incredible.
Look at the side to them. They have a swirl design. Exactly. There are those designer earrings that I'm talking about that are pretty, and they're done in gold-plated. They're gold-plated, and they have a French name. And you cannot get those for less than like $25, and they're not real.
They're out of here.
This is real, and this is going to last a lifetime. How many times do you buy a pair of earrings, and then a month later you get rid of them, you throw them out? I do that all the time. I used to until I bought my earrings here at Value Vision in gold, because I never thought I could afford gold earrings. Gold earrings of quality anyway. Big ones like this that actually get noticed. This is J7574, all done in gold. The swirl design, there's pebbling on this, and you can see it's almost like a ribbon effect. Isn't that pretty? How many do we have left, Bill?
We have under 2 dozen. Wait a minute, we have under 20.
People are buying more than one pair.
We have under 20 remaining. 16 pair left. We'll give this a 1-minute sellout.
Okay.
Yep, absolutely.
Beat the clock.
Beat the clock. It's Bud Collier time today in Italy. Bud Collier doesn't sound Italian, but Marla Pilato does, and she's joining us here at the top of the hour from the East Coast, and of course with an awful lot of contacts and visits to the island of Mallorca off the Spanish coast by 100 miles in the Mediterranean. Mallorca, Spain. Absolutely, it's becoming a great place for the very wealthy to retire. It's a little treasure chest right there in that island in the Mediterranean. But we have Marla coming up here, and these are selling out. We are going to beat the clock or come very, very close. A couple of more items in gold to show you before the top time out. And we will be moving on. The best quality simulated pearls in the world, and Marla Pilato will tell us why.
They look like real ones to me because of the color. They certainly do. Well, I'm doing my little country accent because they look real.
You're being Reba.
I'm being Reba.
You be
Well,
Reba.
they look so real. I can't believe it. I mean, if you want to change your country girl image and do a little sophisticated number, pearls. There's nothing like pearls that make you look sophisticated.
You can wear them anywhere. You can two-step in some of those earrings.
Absolutely. Absolutely. That's what you usually say.
Absolutely.
All right, that's coming up next hour. But a couple more minutes. We've got gold from Italy. If you want the earrings, we've got like half a dozen left. No,
Here's what they're doing. They're just flying out of here.
Look at that price tag. I mean, we never do price per gram on earrings.
Or price per gram.
Oh.
$13.70. That's a PPG occasionally. Here we go with an 18-inch long Turkish rope. 9 grams in, wait a minute, look at this. 9 grams in weight, only $166.59, and value pay as well. Beautiful Turkish rope coming at you.
We snuck something different. We snuck a little Turkish rope into the Italian Gold Show. A little surprise, a little detour there. Took a little jaunt, little weekend vacation in Turkey. Okay.
But a traditional design, of course.
Right.
This one finished in Italy, of course.
Just want to know that.
But that is great. And
don't have to
National Turkey Week is underway.
You're bad.
You might want to get the Turkish rope
today. I knew that was coming up. Yeah, coming up next week, don't forget special
You'll have to grab
savings.
a wishbone for that gold price to come true for you. 9 grams at only
Gobble it up. Gobble, gobble. 18 inches long, 14 karat gold. Another stackable piece that looks great with the herringbone. Looks good with the rope. Did we sell out of those earrings, Ann? Because we need to let people alert the media.
Almost gone in terms of earrings. Maybe a couple of pair. We had 3 pair.
3 left, and actually, they can actually get online because there's open telemarketers. Unbelievable that it may be seeming. We actually have a couple of people up there that are actually taking a sip of pop right now or coffee because they're not on the phone. So you have a chance to get in. And I hate to wait on the phone. I really do. So if you're waiting to get in, now's a good chance for anything. Anything you've seen today. J9418 is the item number. 9 grams of gold. Turkish rope. Yeah, let's get to one more item. 9 grams of the Turkish rope barrel locking safety class. That's an upscale. They're expensive. J9418, $55.53 takes it home today. And you own it on a value pay. $166.59 total price, and look at the sparkle. Let's go to one more item before we have to step on out of here and into a different part of the world, actually.
Oh, I love the Mediterranean now. We're welcoming Marla here in just about 5 minutes, so stay with us, please. You'll love her informative and very knowledgeable presentation. Let's go ahead and take a look at a double tiger's eye. The big cat prowls in Italian gold. 14 karat gold, 7 inches long. This one is a 1/4 of an inch from side to side. Very heavy, 8.9 grams. And what are we doing price-wise? $189 takes it away. Was it? No. We're not? We are? We can. We shall. Cut it to $141.37, $141.37. Amazing. Isn't this? You know, we've had we cannot keep a big bracelet in stock today, Wendy T. Why is that?
Well, you know, the ladies out there that are shopping for under $200 bracelets, we've had a lot of them for them today. And also, this is something I can wear because it's smaller. It's not 7 3/4. It's not 7 1/2. It's 7 inches long. It's perfect. It's 3/8 of an inch wide, double over tiger eye. It's 8.9 grams, and it's thick, too. It's a very thick presentation, so that's what I like about it, because you can actually have some weight to it. It's not just going to be a little tiny flat piece. There's a thickness to it that's a little bit different than some of the other bracelets. You can actually wear this one as a charm bracelet. See how that fits my little wrist, folks? Look, it's under $200, under $150.
You can wear that. You can wear that. You could even short link it if you chose. You could even suspend a charm from one of the larger links if you were so minded.
Charming. $141.37. Italian gold. Big, thick, chunky, beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Did I say that 3 times? Jewelry. Double oval. It's a double whammy. It's got the tiger's eye. The tiger's eye is a little bit like the anchor link, the Gucci style. 3/8 of an inch wide. It comes from Italy. You gotta love this one because it's something you requested. A smaller bracelet for a smaller wrist. If you wear 6 3/4, you can wear this one because it's so thick and so dense this way that it's going to take up some of the room. J11864. Uh-oh, time is running out on our show, and I'd like to thank everybody for joining the Italian Italian gold bar for the hour.
Yes, indeed. We say arrivederci to some Italian gold, but we say buongiorno to Marla Pilata in just a moment. Arrivedella. Okay. Thank you, Ann, for that. And thank you, everyone, for staying with us, because Marla's coming out in just a moment or two to join Wendy and I in our international flavor of value throughout the world.
Let's get decked out in pearls. It's a perfect thing for the holidays and a gift-giving idea that cannot be surpassed. Coming up, let's take a peekaboo.
Around the World in Savings takes you next hour to a beautiful pin from Mallorca. Here it is, with the island of the home of the best quality simulated pearls in the world. Marla Maples joins, excuse me, I did that. Marla Pilato, I knew I was going to do it. Marla Pilato joins us in just a couple of minutes. We'll have double row bracelets. We'll also have some beautiful crystal leaf accents and more coming up.
Don't miss a minute of it.
Tune in this Wednesday to Exotic Expressions, a rare and majestic collection of gemstones set in 10 and 14 karat gold. You'll save on brand new exotic rings, bracelets, earrings, and more. Featuring a beautiful green sapphire ring, an exquisite iolite bracelet, and fiery rhodolite garnet earrings. Join us for Exotic Expressions, Wednesday, 8 p.m. Central. Our low prices just got lower. It's a Bold Elegance blowout this Wednesday at 4 p.m. Central. We've slashed the prices and we're moving it out to you. You'll see major markdowns on fashionable earrings, big bold bracelets, beautiful necklaces, pins, and much, much more. Our hot prices just got hotter. Join us for Bold Elegance blowout this Wednesday, 4 p.m. Central, exclusively on ValueVision.
It's almost here. The biggest event of the year. This Thanksgiving Day weekend.